Hi, my friends. I'm here with Dom Blatt, Director of North American Surgical Sales for Rayner. It's an extravaganza of knowledge here, and we're so glad to join him here in Buenos Aires. Dom, welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're here at the PAAO. This show hasn't happened for a number of years, but a lot of people are excited to be re-engaged with the market. What are you excited to be here for at the PAAO?
It's just wonderful to be here. The last one in Cancun 5 years ago now, and this has been rescheduled multiple times. I mean, it's exciting, the number of doctors that we've had, seeing a lot of familiar faces, but then making some great new relationships.
Here we're learning about the RayOne Trifocal. In terms of the optics, what do you think really, if you have to name one thing, what differentiates it from competitors?
It's to do with your diffractive optic, and then there's the Rayner pattern, and it's to do with what diffractive orders you use in order to create trifocality. So our optic uses a combination of an asymmetric and a symmetrical wave profile, and by doing that, we are uniquely using a negative order in conjunction with positive orders. What that means is we're using the least chromatic energy splits, therefore retaining the most light possible and inducing the lowest possible dysphotopsias through this pattern design. So we're very excited about it.
I've been covering presbyopia correcting IOLs for a number of years. They've really advanced over time, but what do you think it means for patient benefits ultimately?
Well, frankly, as an industry where we are, the trifocals are the current gold standard for presbyopia correction. None of the technologies are perfect, but if you want to offer a patient full range of vision and be truly spectacle free, the trifocals are absolutely the best thing. And as we continue to innovate and iteratively improve these technologies, visual disturbances and dysphotopsias will progressively reduce. I'm very fortunate that the RayOne Trifocal is one of the best technologies on the market today, and we get incredibly high patient satisfactions.
Well, if we boil it down to near, intermediate, distance, what are the optimal ranges of vision for these lenses?
A lot of that relates to the ad powers that you have. Our optic has a 1.75 intermediate ad and a 3.5 near ad, and so that translates into about 75 centimeters for your intermediate and about 37.5 for near. And we feel that gives excellent quality and visual acuity for patients in their everyday lifestyles.
Now, we are here in Latin America, so what should we know about the RayOne across the region and how it might benefit patients here?
We've always been fairly strong in the Latin American market. We've been represented here over 20 years. RayOne came onto market in 2017 in Latin America. Globally, it's been used in about 3.5 million implants. So we firmly believe that the RayOne, our fully preloaded injector, is probably market leading, a best in class in terms of ease of use, micro-incision surgery, and reliability.
I'm also curious as to more of the benefits of the preloaded system. I know that's key for the RayOne range.
I'm sure a lot of the doctors watching this will know, the benefits of preloaded is simplicity and reliability. What it means is we've got safer procedures, faster throughput of procedures because it's quicker to deliver them. And also, it comes straight out of the factory, and again, no one else is touching it. So that's very important for patient outcomes.
So I noticed with the preloaded injector, it can fit through a 2.2 millimeter incision or less, and I suppose that helps with aberration-free optics as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So our RayOne injector has a nozzle tip of 1.65 millimeters. And so with a little bit of experience, because it always takes experience with a new device, you can do surgery with a 1.8 millimeter incision wound in, which is amazing, but we market it as a sub 2.2. Now, because of the patents on our injector system, something that's called lock and roll, we fold the lens to less than half of the original dimensions. And as you're injecting it, it means that our lens has already been pre-folded to such an extent that as the lens is delivered through the injector, there's no wound stretch. And that's important because it means that you maintain incision architecture. We're not influencing or inducing more surgical astigmatism. And so absolutely, when you're trying to maintain the corneal structure, manage aberrations, manage astigmatism, RayOne is certainly a very good option for doctors and patients.
I'm also curious about appropriate patient selection for the RayOne Trifocal. I suppose demographically, it is important to select which patients would be optimal for this lens. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. As I've mentioned before, when you're using complicated optics, there's a period of neuroadaptation, and we expect that. Some would say it's 6 months that a patient has got to get used to understanding these lenses. And you think about it, the RayOne Trifocal has 16 rings. Each of those 16 rings is producing 3 focus points. And that means you've got 48 images for the brain to condense down into 3. So we expect a period where the patient's brain has got to focus. And so doctors have got to be very clear of what the patient wants. Is the patient determined to achieve true spectacle independence? Is that patient a perfectionist? Do they have the mental desire and understanding of it's going to take time to do it? And so that profiling of patients is so important, whether that's through questionnaires or experience on the doctor's point, but it's an absolutely critical piece in the jigsaw with lens selection.
That's just amazing. Well, I've learned so much today, Dom. Thank you for sharing your knowledge from the UK, North America, South America. We're going everywhere, and we really appreciate Rayner supporting the world in this regard.
Yeah, fantastic. Very happy to be here. Thank you.
All right, all the best.